I wish I could freeze time. Not forever, just long enough to understand what the hell is going on. Because sometimes it feels like I'm rushing through my life before I even get a chance to be in it. And now I'm here, 23. They say your 20s are about finding yourself, but no one really explains how. There's no manual, no checkpoints, just a constant stream of questions. Shouldn't I know what I want by now? Shouldn't I feel more certain? Everyone seems to be moving forward, while I'm just here, halfway between who I was and who I'm supposed to become. It's kind of a weird limbo. Too young to have it all figured out, and too old to not care. Last year was all about holding on to that kid version of me that's still living inside of us. This year was about finding myself again. This year I did the grown-up things. Moved to Dublin, did an internship, graduated, made to-do lists, showed up to meetings, and answered emails like someone who knows what they're doing. But while I was doing all that, I kind of forgot who I was. I set out on a mission for this year. If you remember, I gave myself 244 days to do so. Just to find myself again, fall back in love with creating, and most of all, to enjoy it all. For a while, everything felt steady. Like I was finally getting the hang of being an adult. And then, suddenly, it all changed. The funny thing about growing up is that it never asks you if you're ready. It just happens. People leave, plans fall apart, and suddenly, everything you thought was stable isn't. So you start again. You take up new hobbies, not because you have time, but because you need something that feels like you again. Some things stick, others don't, but they help, at least for now. But even while I was trying new things, there was this one question I kept running away from. What do I actually want to do with my life? So I tried to figure it out. Let's get a job. So I've sent endless applications, but only got rejections piling up. Okay, study again? Too expensive, too far, too complicated? But then, there it was. The thing that just felt right. So, I pulled the trigger. I say this every year, that it's okay to not have it all figured out. And I still mean it. But this year, I started to understand what that actually means. Not knowing isn't just an excuse to take it slow. It's what pushes you to try, to fail, to try again. Because I think these are the years you learn to be okay with not being like everybody else. To stop comparing your timeline to someone else's highlight reel. To realize that maybe the whole point is to make your own version of figuring it out. And I can't say that this is what your 20s are about, because honestly, I'm just getting started. But if there's one thing I know now, it's that growing up isn't one big realization. It's a collection of tiny ones. Moments that don't look like progress, but end up changing everything. You won't always notice when it happens, but one day you'll wake up and the things that used to feel too big suddenly don't. Not because you figured it all out, but because you learned to live through the uncertainty. You learned that maybe you don't need an answer right now, just a reason to keep going. And maybe that's enough, for now, for 23.